Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian, and today I'm talking Extracted. This is what we're going to be doing here. It's called the First Impression Bros. We haven't done this in a very, very long time, but this is something that Bill and I came up with where we are trying out a show that we probably wouldn't cover, give an impression on whether we think we should watch it, what do we think about it, and things like that. And I'm doing this on the request of somebody who has commented on our page a lot, Winton. So we appreciate the comment and suggestion. And anybody that's watching this for the first time, we like to have fun around here. We joke around, and if you're coming, obviously, if you're we haven't covered the show, so if you're maybe finding us, we joke around here, try to have fun, and give our honest opinions on things. And we watch a lot of reality TV, so you can obviously disagree with what I'm about to say or anything. It doesn't matter, and drop it in the comments if you disagree. But whew, guys, I'm just gonna start right off rip. I did not like the show at all. I really do not like the show, and one of the main reasons I don't like it is because if I want to watch a show about survival, I'm gonna just watch Alone. Like Alone is to me is I don't know how I can get better than Alone. Alone is a show that I've covered by myself on this page a lot, but it's on History Channel and it's pretty much the same. Oh, it's definitely a way more hardcore version of this show, but you have survivalists that go out in the wilderness and they have to stay as long as they possibly can, and they have no idea when other teams are eliminated. Unlike this show, I think. I mean, I assume they're all in the same area. It's in the same location, British Columbia, Canada. That's where a lot of the Alone seasons are filmed. And there is no help from the outside unless you need to leave. And I think the reason I don't like the show, and it's not the survivalists. So, like, kudos to all the people that are going out being trying to attempt to survive us. It's the families, and I couldn't have picked a better episode to like finally actually do this review on than this one because, man, Ryan W.'s family is pathetic. They are absolutely pathetic, and they can have their reasons about what they think. And if we're bored here, things like that, you're not doing anything. You're just sitting in a house and making, frankly, dumb decisions. And you're going to tell me that somebody burning your note is the line that steps too far. Family notes are stupid. And we say this all the time when we watch Survivor. If you're going to go on a show, if I was on a show and I was doing this show, I would never do Alone because I would never be able to do it. But if I think I could probably do this show because there's a lot of help you can do. I don't think I'd win, but I would try it. If over Alone, this show over 100%. And I would tell my family straight up, if there ever is something with a note, just try to make a deal with somebody else. I don't need that note. I don't need the note. I don't give me food. Give me something that's going to help me win the game. And it's the same thing with the letters from Survivor. It doesn't hit like seeing family members. I think seeing family members is something that different than reading paper. And that's just my opinion. No, Bill feels the same way. I just think as watching a lot of these shows that people get really emotional about letters, and it's like you've been gone for a week, maybe tops. This is episode 5. I don't know the exact day that we're on when they're still out there, but it's not that long. It is not that long, and they're still sending you shit. You're getting stuff in the care packages, and there's cameras everywhere keeping an eye on you, and there's the drones dropping off stuff. Like you're good, you're good. The letters and like losing it. I mean, I thought the challenge was really smart to see how these people will react. I mean, but the family is really the only big takeaway from the show that I don't like. But I'm gonna just run through the episode real quick, just because obviously I watched it. I've seen every single episode up to this point. And let me run through who's left on the thing. We have 8, I guess, teams, families that are left. We have Robin, who's with their family members, Lance and Faith. We have Haley, who's with her family members, Carly and Natalie. We have Ryan H. with Roger and Candace. We have Jacobin, David, and Terrence. We have Jake, Austin, and Justin. We have Megan, and they're with Gerald and Abby. We have Woody with Blake and Colin, and we have Ryan W. with Sarah and Sean. So I had a picture up here of the picture from the show of like what they look like. We have some of the extract people. Don't need to bring up their names because they're not on the show anymore, but some of them are doing a really good job. Some of them are not doing well. But I mean, if this was again a show that actually was a survivalist show, these people would be cooked that wouldn't know what they're doing. And the person that went home today kind of knew what they were doing. I'd like to see how they do with no help at all. But I think that it sucks because he was one of the stronger players left in the game. And where the next part of the episode is you had to rank people where they thought who's the best. And this would obviously have consequences like it always does. We had Jake first, we had Haley second, Ryan W third, fourth Woody, fifth Ryan H, sixth Jacobin, seventh Robin, eighth Megan. And basically we do reverse order, kind of like sports draft. You're the worst team, you can pick first. And they have weapons in there. And I thought this was cool. I'd like to see what had happened, but they ended up canceling the weapons tutorial. I don't know what they were gonna do with like some competition. I wonder if it was on purpose though. I always like when I'm watching because I watch so many reality TV shows. Are these things done on purpose, maybe to see what was going on like how things were going, like the producers when they're watching these things, like, oh, is this Ryan W's family like fading a little bit? And the three options you could choose from was bow, spear, and a slingshot. I don't think I need to go over what people use because we haven't seen them use it yet, so it really doesn't even matter. Um, it, I mean, because I would like to see them use it, but what's the point if there's no, they didn't do it. So then they shift over to the letter, so you have 30 minutes to write a letter for each family member. And I think some of the teams did a good job where it's like, hey, you should put some more branches on your shelter. You should do this for the shelter. Like give some advice into the game. But I mean, if you're just gonna tell somebody we love you and we miss you, it's just like, I'm sorry. I know people that are new here, that's probably where I'm gonna lose people. But like we have 1,000 videos on this page, and the mood is always the same. That is just it's not worth what you're getting. And I know somebody's like, this means this. I'd rather have this and food. I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a second. But I like the challenge of what they did with them. I thought was kind of that was something they should do that shit on Survivor. They need to put some of these people to the test of like eliminating like they so basically what they had is they had the clothespins, the letters hanging over a fire on a clothespin, and you each team would go around and they could take a one clothespin off and if you obviously drop two clothespins, your letter falls. They ended up picking it up. I would have loved it if they just did it and it just fell right in the fire for just like the dramatic effect. But they do some pleading. So Megan's family is basically saying like, hey, she is her shelter is like screwed. Like we need to tell her that her shelter is like she needs to fix her shelter. She kind of has her shelter like just kind of flat and the water's like holding it on the top. So they need to like do a triangle so the water fades off. But yeah, I mean that's the strategic use of the note, not like just like I love you, I miss you kind of crap. So I don't have who chose who, but the people that were eliminated, we had Ryan W. Hale. Whoa, sorry, that was one of my kids. Haley, Jacobin, and Robin. And so people getting letters are Woody, Jake, Megan, and Ryan H. So Ryan W didn't get his letter, but his family they actually I think it started last week where his family is like teetering a little bit, and he his like team is his wife and his brother. And his brother's kind of being a baby, like oh and I understand you have family at home. I have family at home too, but you signed up for this. You signed up for this, so I don't have any sympathy for you. You should know what you're signing up for. You're literally not doing anything. You're not living outside in the wilderness. You're sitting at a made up base, and I'm sorry, you see, it's sleeping in a single bed. So what, man? If your brother wins the show, like, come on, man. I think it's lame. I think it's super, super lame. And his wife, very selfish. I think both of them just ultra selfish. And I just, like I said at the top, I couldn't have picked a better episode to come on and rip the families because the families are the worst part. They have these commentary that like they're all sad. They don't know how to pack a box, and they're not playing. And I think Jacobin's family, and I want to give like three cheers for Jacobin's family. They're like, yo, let them push the button. Why are we trying to stop them from pushing the button? We're trying to win this money. And obviously, you want to like there is like some like oh you want to help your kid, but like if somebody wants to leave, let them leave. Who cares? And we have all these teams like stand up like oh you sure you want to do that? Sure you want to do that? If it was me, I'd just be like I'd open the box for him, be like yo let's do it. Tap tap tap, get out of here. And that's what Jacobin's family was saying. And that's where the episode kind of ends is where they're like kind of going on like a little rant about like guys, this is still a game. People are making deals and it's not saying it to your face. And I think I think that's true. So kudos to David and Terrence and Jacobin. So hopefully they stick around longer because if they're gonna be playing the game, they're the only ones like not playing with like fully blown emotions about a stupid ass letter. I'm here for it. I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing another review for the show, but I will keep watching the show. So if people are watching this and coming to it late, you can comment on what's going on in like the most current episode because I will be watching it because unfortunately I'm a completionist. So once I start something, I had to finish it. Some are like, I didn't want to watch Beast Games anymore. That show was awful, and I still finished it. And it just took me a couple weeks after the fact. But this one's a little easier. Doesn't have the narrator is voice is okay, but it's not like it's no Mr. Beast Games. Like that dude is obnoxious as hell. His voice sucks. So yeah, I don't recommend the show, but I know some people probably will like it. I know it's Fox. Try to have a. It's funny because like try to have like a good deal with Farmer Wants a Wife that comes back. It's like a dating show. It's funny. Like people are like, oh, why do you not do like these stupid dating shows? But it's just like if I'm gonna watch a show like this, I'm watching alone. Like to me, this is like a D level Alone, and if I'm gonna watch one of them, I'm watching Alone. So that's really like the take is like if I probably hadn't seen Alone or any of those other shows or like anything from the old days, like Naked and Afraid or like Bear Grylls doing something, like yeah, like this would be all right. But like I've seen it, and Alone has so many seasons, so many all like different country versions. Watch that. If you like this show, watch Alone. You won't want to watch this show anymore because it is not as good as Alone in any level. So that's my opinion on it. Let me know what you think. And if you say agree with me, like some of our stuff. We have so many other videos there. Like I said, we have like 1,000+ videos on this page covering tons of different shows. I know if you're probably a survivalist show, you can go check out the Alone ones. But if you like some of our other stuff, like Fringe stuff, we do have we have a big library here. And also, drop a comment below if you want me to review another show that you are currently watching and or something that's coming up. But yeah, we have tons of things dropping almost every day, and I appreciate everyone for watching. If you're new to the page, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings if you like the show, but I will be back not for this show, but other shows. Probably tomorrow. We hopefully we have the Southern Charm, and I just dropped. What did we do? We had Temptation Island on Netflix. I dropped Summer House. So we dropped Amazing Race, and we have 90 Day Fiancé. We didn't do it this week. We didn't do Deal or No Deal Island this week, but we will have something next week. It's not really much happened. So yeah, we tons of stuff. But I appreciate everyone watching. Drop a comment or like below and let me know what you think. So I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.